It's interesting. Maybe the market was expecting that rate cut from the RBNZ, although that seemed to have surprised a few people. So there's that to an extent. I think broadly it's probably got some more defensive exposures. They've been doing okay, telcos and airlines and the like. Certainly the economy's had some challenges with the weak milk price though, and what that's been doing to national income. So I suspect maybe a bit of monetary stimulus on the way there's been helping things.
Macquarie Group rather, is one of your conviction picks, Sean. But I wanted to ask you broadly, how would you approach the banks in this region? Yes, they are conservative. Yes, they are very well capitalised. But is caution warranted when you consider the overlay, the high level of household debt in this region?
Definitely. I think you should never forget the fact that banks are the most highly leveraged vehicles within the market. So they can be very safe through good times. They can be very defensive when things get a little bit rocky. But when things head south seriously, you've got some very serious capital risks there. So you always need to be mindful of the chances of those, I guess, black swan events out there and the tail risk that banks can entail. So certainly across the region, through Australia, there's a lot of leverage out there, probably more corporate leverage through broader Asia, and certainly within Australia there's a lot of household debt and leverage. So I think the medium-term picture is challenged, although there can be some trading opportunities in the short term.
Gotcha. Let's talk about Fairfax Media and BlueScope Steel. You like them. They do look like contrarian bets to me, especially when you consider that Fairfax is up against digital competition. BlueScope is arguably struggling with a very unprofitable steel sector in China. Why do you like them then?
Yeah, look, they definitely are a little bit contrarian. Fairfax has been under a bit of pressure lately, but I guess the thing to look at there is Fairfax is transforming itself from a print media business to a digital business. So both in terms of its editorial content, it's shifting from a print circulation model to a digital subscription model with advertising, display advertising, and subscription revenues online, and that's moving forward. And print will continue to decay, and they'll eventually get to the point where they turn that off and they become all digital. And within that group, you've also got Domain, which is the number 2 or the number 1, if you want to measure sort of mobile apps in a different way, real estate classified site, and that's growing very strongly. Got good margin uplift. They're catching up very rapidly with the number 1, the leader, realestate.com. So that business is, I think, providing a lot of growth overall. And when we see the sort of drag from the print side fade away, then you'll get some good growth there, and it's a very attractive multiple. So strong balance sheets, net cash, so the downside really is limited there. BlueScope's also obviously got some challenges, although the market structure is changing a fair bit. So they've done pretty well in terms of getting costs out, so they've got some new agreements with the unions, they've closed some of their blast furnaces. Yeah. And what you're seeing now in terms of lower iron ore prices, I know they've bounced recently, and moves by China to start to rationalise steel production, that'll be good for steel spreads and margins across the region. You've seen the US put tariffs on steel, so that's improved as well.